Well, last month we told you about a man from Kenya who was embarking on a 4,000-kilometer journey to South Africa by wheelchair to raise money to build a rehabilitation center for spinal cord injury in Kenya.
When you're not strong, I'll be your friend.
That man is Zack, a veterinary surgeon who was shot and paralyzed in a 2004 carjacking attempt. Realizing the need for rehabilitation centers to treat people like him, on June 9th, Zack teamed up with the Kenya Paraplegic Organization to kickstart the Bring Zack Back Home campaign to raise $3 million to build a center in Nairobi. Now, just over a month into his journey, Zack has covered about 120 kilometers. He's now in the border town of Namanga near Tanzania and has raised about $750,000. He's also received non-financial support from organizations like the Red Cross and Safaricom.
Well, to get an update on the journey and fundraising efforts, we caught up with Zack Kimotho in Namanga and Tim Wanyonyi, the Executive Director of the Kenya Paraplegic Organization in Nairobi. They join us by phone. Gentlemen, welcome to the show. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Okay, and first, let's talk to Zack. You've been on the road now for some time. Just give us a sense of how the trip has been, what kind of response you've received along the way.
Well, I would say the trip by itself has been challenging because, one, the distance, and then the weather, especially in the morning. It's very cold. This is the month of July in Kenya, usually cold, but this year it's more cold. And then it's very windy. Exhaust fumes, especially uphill when trucks are overtaking, can be quite a nuisance. At the times unbearable. That's quite a challenge. Plus, some careless drivers who will be advised not to overtake, and you find them doing it, and very soon they are cutting in front of me. Mm-hmm. Definitely, at times the fatigue sets in, and it's a thing of one needs to rest. The other thing, of course, I do miss my family. It's a long time. And these are some of the challenges. But then the support I get from people of all walks of life, I think that gives me the real energy, that extra vibe, positive vibe. Seeing people coming to want to know more, wanting to help, wanting to support, and indeed they go ahead and subscribe.
Mm-hmm. I want to take the conversation to Nairobi, where Mr. Wanyonyi is. And Mr. Wanyonyi, we know that as KPO, you've teamed up with Zack. At this point, 61 million shillings that you've raised, what will it take to bring Zack back home? Because obviously you have a long way to go before the 250 million target that you have. Mr. Wanyonyi, hello? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
I'm not sure if you heard my question.
Yeah, I've heard you. I've heard you well. I think from what has been happening, we have done fairly well. Because the people who have contributed so far are just individuals who have been contributing 1 drink a day. And that reaching 61 million is very good for us. And I think for the remaining time, because we expected to run for about 60 days, we will be able to achieve what we are looking for. And now we are bringing in corporates. Very soon we are going to have a luncheon for corporates, and I hope they can do something to boost what we have raised so far.
And Tim, Kenya has so many powerful businesses and also even really wealthy men. Did you, before this trip, actually, reach out to some of these organizations? Have you been talking to them even before Zack started his trip, so that we could have these contributions coming in rather quickly before he has to travel all the way to Tanzania and beyond?
Actually, our expectation is not to let him cross the border. And that is what we are doing. And we are appealing to all corporates, especially those who have serious investments within Kenya and indeed even within East Africa. Because this center, once it's built, it's not just going to be about for Kenya. It's going to be for the region. Because within the whole region, we don't have anything. We don't have a center like that one. So we have made a strong appeal to corporates, and we are seeing some favorable response. And I think by next week, we will know where we are.
Zack, as we turn back to you, you've become quite a celebrity. You know, I've been seeing articles of you in a lot of papers here in the U.S., including, I believe, CNN. How is that impacting you? Are you surprised by all the attention you're getting?
Well, I would say I'm surprised because at the start I thought it's just a thing of doing the fundraising, but it has changed all that. I think bringing out that awareness and that determination to do it, and getting to people themselves, it has changed me in a way I didn't expect. Yes, it has even motivated me the more.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, great. We really hope you don't have to go beyond Namanga, Zack. It's quite a trip you've already made, and we wish you well, and we hope people are going to respond.
And for those who I believe want to respond, I believe you can get the information on the website, which is the www.bringzackbackhome.com. So the instructions on how to let everybody chip in. Bring Zack home. Thanks to Zack Kimotho and Team Wanyonyi for joining us on In Focus today with updates on the efforts to raise money for a spinal cord injury center in Kenya.